Hi everyone, I am Nikesh Gill speaking. In the past, I uploaded an old photos with reaction video with my cousin Jiya, plus a photos montage video where I was aged between 2 and 25. I could have done better than that. I've also uploaded some highlights and shoutouts videos from 2015 to 2017, but the one I did for 2018 was reflecting the year. You can check some of them out as shown on the top right hand corner. Anyway, for this episode, I'll be covering some past memorable events which took place from 2012 to 2014. The first event I want to discuss about was the time that I attended the London 2012 Olympic and Paralympic Games. Hooray! But how did it all begin? It all started with a creative writing competition where I had to answer 3 specific questions about my passion for the Olympics and relevant stuff about the sports. Then I collected the tickets on July 19th, and the event I attended was the athletics during the evening segment on August 4th, known as Super Saturday. On that day, my sister and I explored around the Olympic Park with so much to see, and of course the Olympic Stadium. It was the best fun I've ever had, and is in fact a Super Saturday to remember. Team GB performed so well. With regards to the Paralympics that was arranged by my family, we saw some swimming on August the 30th at the Aquatic Centre, and then on September the 4th, we were back at the Olympic Stadium to see some more athletics. We were so lucky to have near front row seats. The next event I want to talk about was the time that I visited Centre Parcs back in 2013. I was really lucky to visit there as part of my special holiday. I did a lot of fun activities. So the following activities I'm going to mention, I don't have any specific pictures to show you, but I'll just discuss it briefly. So I've been to the arcade, played a bit of Mario Kart mostly. Then I did some swimming, always loved the water slides, especially the fast ones when you go whoosh, 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 well, all sorts of directions. But there was also a few other water slides where up to 4 people can go on this big ring and you're still going downhill. And there was also another water slide which was half outdoors and half indoors. But then you have to roll forwards, and then there was like a nice wavy pattern, but I can't remember from the top of my head on the actual layout. Then we did some cycling, so most of the weather was pretty good, but we wanted to do that in the second half of our holiday. And then there was also the Segway experience, which I've only tried once. Whilst my brother was still on the main track, I went out with the rest of the group and went on a slightly bigger adventure. So most of it was on the road, and then there was like a few extra pathways. I had 0 errors in terms of falling, so I mainly had good control. But don't get me started on the hoverboard story. As for the other activities I have done, I did some bowling. So it was like myself, my mum and my brother playing. And so far, although none of us got into the triple digits, I was the one that got the highest. I think I got 94. Then again, it's just a number, and we was all having fun. Then we did some badminton, and no, this wasn't official. We was just having fun on the podium, thinking, I got first place, yay! Then we did some quad biking. That was awesome. So I just went along the big track, nearby and far out. Great adventure. Then I went on to the gym, did a few activities there, including the, what do you call that bike thing where you have to keep up with the pace and try not to go too fast and you end up flying backwards? No, I actually did good on that. Then I also did some rollerblading, aka roller skating. That was also cool. I think I went around 50 times without any falls, so I was able to get my momentum going after the first few laps. Then we did some adventure golf. So there was 2 different courts for that. I did fairly okay to my standards, but it was a while since I last played golf. We also went to Robin Hood's village, which was in Edwinstowe, and then saw the major oak tree, and I also did some archery. My aim wasn't that good. I think I only ended up with 6 points out of my 6 throws. I think it's all to do with eye coordination, wind direction and all that. Never mind, still great. And then at the end of it, or should I say the night before we left, there was like a 5-minute test run of a firework display. But trust me, that night was so cold. And because the week before, the Center Parcs holiday, it was so hot. So therefore we were so unprepared to having any like autumn gear just to keep us a bit warm. So we was practically cold for half of it. There is one thing I want to talk about throughout this holiday, and that was the part that we did some pottery painting. So here is my rainbow star. Now before I begin on that, I wasn't sure what to choose from out of all the 3D models they had. So therefore I chose this. Now I like lots of colour, and I also like rainbows. So I decided to do loads of stripy lines. There are 9 colours in total. It took me quite a while, but I was very happy with this design. So I've been keeping that on my mantelpiece. The Center Parcs holiday was productive and we enjoyed going through the forest and countryside. And the third and final event I'm going to discuss about was the time that I attended the PrudentialRide London cycling event of 2014. So my sister, brother and I cycled throughout the day on a huge journey where we saw a handful of landmarks around central London whilst having fun on our cycling adventure. If I remember correctly, I cycled a total of 20 miles from the minute I left home to the time I arrived back. But overall, it was one fun ride. There is one thing that I wanted to show you that I was unable to showcase it on my Reflecting on 2018 video, and that is this. So this is the Queen's Award trophy that all of us received in our workplace. Let's have a closer look. As you can all see, there we are, right in the centre. Yep, that looks good. But once you carry it for the first time, it is fairly heavy for what it is. But I was happy to actually receive this and was quite surprised. So that concludes the end of our past memorable events video. So if you enjoyed it, why don't you share your most memorable moments in the comments section down below and capture them with that like button. And feel free to check out my other content including facecam and gaming. This is Nick Ashgill saying thank you all for watching. Take care folks. I will see you next time.